When was the last time you thought about how incredible and unpredictable our planet can be? There are places on the world map that few people know about and that are spoken of with particular reverence in the heart. Imagine that there are settlements where each tree bears its own birth certificate, like a living reminder of its own history connected to the forest. Or suppose that in some corner of the country, traditional hand-stitched women's skirts are not just decorations or part of a wardrobe, but a kind of language telling about a woman's status, whether married or single. One can envision wedding celebrations held not in usual halls or designated areas, but right on tractors, emphasizing a special connection between people, technology, and rural labor. And it is also possible to imagine that central squares are decorated with monuments dedicated to potato culture, which rise in the form of proud sculptures, symbolizing the importance of this crop for local life and history. Welcome to Belarus, a treasure hidden among the green expanses of Europe, a country filled with wondrous surprises and unsolved mysteries. This country boasts a rich natural and cultural heritage, seemingly frozen in time, preserving its authenticity and identity. Here, women, like heroines of fairy tales, live and breathe traditions, widely using hand-stitched skirts in everyday life, each one a vivid testament to the enduring beauty and cultural features of local life. And the historical architecture has endured the passage of time and natural elements, preserving its outlines and lively atmosphere from bygone eras. All of it seems as if this city or village was frozen in a moment when history was written on the pages of the past. The cost of living in this place may surprise you. You will spend only about 30% of what it would cost in the United States of America, making it attractive both for tourists and for those seeking new opportunities for residents. We invite you on an exciting journey to uncover fascinating facts and features of this unique corner of the planet. As in our feature titled 15th Issue, we will share 15 astonishing things that make Belarus one of the most unusual destinations for those interested in learning more about Europe. It is not only a country with a rich history, art, and traditions, but also a place where everyone can find something special and memorable. In this documentary about travel, dedicated specifically to the 25th episode, we will immerse ourselves in the atmosphere of Belarus, the green heart of Europe, found right in the center of the Urus continent. This corner, although often considered the forgotten heart of Europe, retains its unique authenticity, which is not easily found anywhere else. Part 2 of 18. Belarus covers an area of over 200 million square kilometers, which is approximately equal to the combined territory of Nebraska and South Carolina. Such a scale makes it the largest landlocked country in Europe. The country borders the Russian Federation, Ukraine, Poland, Latvia, and Lithuania, giving it a strategic position, despite maintaining peace and solitude amidst modern political dynamics and global changes. The climate in Belarus is characterized as moderately continental, with genuinely cold winters and warm summers, making it attractive to those who enjoy seasonal, natural variations. But the real treasure of this country is its forests. Nearly 40% of its territory is covered by ancient, pristine forests, many of which are considered some of the oldest and best preserved in the world. It is remarkable that most of these woodland areas have never been subjected to large-scale logging or industrial destruction, allowing their natural beauty and unique ecosystems to remain intact, providing habitats for numerous rare species of animals and plants that require protection and care. Although Belarus has two official languages, Russian and Belarusian, in daily life, people predominantly speak Russian, which makes communication convenient for tourists and visitors from around the world. The population of the country is approximately 9,200,000 people as of the mid-2020s. Over 80% of the residents are Slavs, which is consistently reflected in the country's culture, traditions, national clothing, and cuisine. While Belarus does not hold top positions globally in the field of high technology, it is widely renowned for its innovative developments and technological projects. In this regard, it might have much to learn from more technologically advanced countries, but it is already known as the homeland of such notable achievements as the popular domestic messaging app, Viber, and famous Belarusian tractors, legendary machines widely used in various African and South American countries. This product ranks 12th on our list of the country's main achievements and features. Now, a little about a place that is a unique find in the heart of modern Europe, the village of Kamenyuki, where an atmosphere of ancientness and primitivism is palpable. Can you imagine that within Europe there is a settlement where people live as if the Stone Age has never ended? Welcome to Kamenyuki, a small but incredibly unique community located in the Brest region. It is hidden in the very heart of the enchanting Białowieża forest, which is considered the oldest and one of the most famous forests in Europe, with an age exceeding 8,000 years. Part 3 of 18. This forest is a natural monument that has been preserved almost without human interference and remains to this day a witness to an era when people had not yet known metals or complex tools, living in harmony with nature and its laws, shaping the image of primitive humans. This is the remarkable history of this corner, where time has receded and nature has kept its ancient secrets, as if inviting us to look into the past through the branches of ancient trees and hear the echoes of an epoch in which our distant ancestors lived. This natural reserve, renowned worldwide for its exceptional biodiversity and unique natural features, is under official UNESCO protection as a World Heritage Site. Such recognition serves as a vivid testament to its importance for conserving the planet's natural resources. Located just 19 kilometers from the border with neighboring Poland, the village of Kamenyuki holds a special place in the heart of this protected corner. It is considered the largest settlement near the center of the forest massif, and despite its significance, has preserved its unique autonomy and remoteness from modern civilization. The residents of Kamenyuki live almost entirely in isolation, completely separated from the conditions familiar to most of modern society, such as electricity, internet, and cars. Instead, their way of life is built on traditional, time-tested methods of survival. They illuminate their homes with kerosene lamps, use wood-burning stoves for heating and cooking, and draw water from wells manually with simple well pumps. This way of life vividly reflects the sense of returning to the past, to a time when humans closely interacted with nature and its rhythms. Children in Kamenyuki are not attracted to modern gadgets or electronics. Their upbringing is more about immersion in the natural environment and learning the skills necessary for survival in the wild. From an early age, children learn to read animal tracks, recognize edible and inedible plants, weave baskets from tree bark, and understand the signs left by nature. Play and education here are not confined within four walls. They take place outdoors amidst forest clearings and meadows, making learning engaging and natural. Before each trip to the forest, the adult residents gather together to sing songs that, according to their ancient tradition, serve as prayers to nature for favor and well-being. During the winter months, when nature rests in snowy silence, they offer honey as a sacrifice, a symbol of their respect for natural riches, and sing ancient songs that preserve the spirit of their ancestors. These rituals and songs help maintain their connection to old traditions, not through books or writing, but through oral stories passed down from generation to generation. Every evening in Kamenyuki, grandmothers gather around the hearth to tell legends about their ancestors, sing lullabies, and perform traditional Slavic songs. Part 4 of 18. These rituals serve not only as entertainment, but also as a vital means of preserving cultural memory, allowing younger generations to know and continue their ancestors' rich heritage. They act as a bridge between the past and the present, captured in oral stories and songs, which keeps their traditions alive and timeless. If you had the chance to visit these amazing Kamenyuki and live in such conditions, you might experience something extraordinary, immersing yourself in a life far from hustle and civilizational rush. And if such prospects appeal to you, write the number 7. Conversely, if you prefer more comfortable conditions, express your desire with the number 3. There is also an important number, 13, because it symbolizes something special. Now let's move a little further to another topic considered part of the national heritage: women from Belarus. Belarusian women are a true gem of the nation's culture, a priceless treasure that the country is proud of and that Eastern Europe is famous for. If you've ever wondered where the most attractive and charming women of this European region live, you should definitely include Belarus on your list of countries to visit and get to know. The beauty of Belarusian women is a unique combination of gentle Slavic tenderness, combined with refined German elegance. In their deeply expressive eyes, warmth and sincerity are evident, and their facial features are finely chiseled and harmonious, as if crafted by great masters. Their skin is like porcelain, shining in the morning sun, and their long, flowing hair resembles scenes from fairy tales, where heroines with romantic grace walk across lush fields. Many women in Belarus still adhere to ancient grooming traditions, one of which is washing in the early morning dew, believed to be the secret to their eternal youth and skin freshness, as well as a source of inner harmony. This cultural custom, passed down from generation to generation, helps them maintain their attractiveness and youthfulness for many years. A woman's attire is a symbol of femininity and elegance, combining comfort and aesthetics. They wear heels not only for special occasions, but also in everyday life, even on ordinary days at the market or walking along city streets. Moreover, they have special jewelry, silver necklaces passed down through generations, which hold not only decorative value, but also a magical protective power, a talisman against misfortune and adversity. These women regularly achieve success in beauty contests both within the country and abroad, demonstrating to the world their natural charm, intellectual abilities, and inner attractiveness. Their vivid appearance and charisma make them unforgettable, creating the illusion that beauty is only part of their rich inner world. But beauty is just an external manifestation. Inside, they are intelligent, talented, and well-educated women capable of engaging in lively conversations on a wide range of topics, being interesting conversationalists and reliable partners in life. In their home, over a simple dinner prepared by themselves, for example, hearty Belarusian draniki, you can feel a special warmth and sincere kindness that can charmingly surpass any electronic dating app or modern interview. These women are not only beautiful and smart, but also value education, personal development, and cultural richness, which makes them truly attractive and deserving of respect. An important characteristic of Belarusian traditional culture is that it is uncommon in Belarus to postpone marriage to later years. There is a certain uniqueness to this. For instance, in the United States, a girl who is not married by the age of 23 is often considered to be late or to remain single. Out of respect for this tradition, the country annually hosts a lovely holiday dedicated specifically to unmarried girls. On this day, they weave flower crowns, float them down the river, and believe that the direction in which their crown drifts indicates the likelihood of soon finding happiness and love. This is their beautiful and mystical custom, a tradition that allows them to foster hope and faith in a bright future. For according to their beliefs, the path that the crown takes reflects their destiny, and from it depends their personal happiness. This culture, which has persisted through centuries of history, lends Belarusian traditions a special elegance and charm. It is a romantic tradition rooted in ancient times that, despite numerous changes over the years, still holds an important place in the hearts of Belarusians. This feature can be seen as a symbol of tenderness and thoughtful refinement inherent in their customs. The influence of this tradition is so strong that many foreigners can easily fall in love at first sight, feeling the magic hidden in this act. Surprisingly, however, nearly 99% of such men from abroad, despite strong attraction and genuine feelings, never become husbands to Belarusian women. Why is that? The reason lies in something quite unexpected, and only one thing can illuminate it. Write the number 8, and I will tell you everything in detail. On the streets of Minsk, among its lively and beautiful streets, there is a special atmosphere of calm and tranquility that makes it one of Europe's most balanced and harmonious urban centers. Minsk is a city where, if there is a capital that feels like a quiet and cozy place, it is precisely this city. It does not bustle with fuss, nor is it filled with bright neon lights. Instead, it exudes a sense of stability, especially noticeable during the winter months. During this time, up to 1 meter of fresh snow can fall, covering everything in a white blanket. And yet, despite these natural phenomena, the city functions with complete reliability. Electric trolley buses confidently run through all the streets, creating an atmosphere of comfort and confidence in the future. Minsk is a place where persistent bustle and loud, boisterous noise, typical of many capital cities in Western Europe or other major cities, are absent. Here, people behave genuinely, politely, and punctually, and also use modern technologies, contactless payments, which are now found almost everywhere, and often surpass their level of implementation even in some Western capitals. Walking along the wide avenues of this city, anyone can feel a unique and distinctive atmosphere where calmness, respect, and a special silence, characteristic only of the Belarusian capital, combine. It is rare to see smiles on the faces of passers-by in Minsk, not because of coldness or a reserved nature, but because local residents show deep respect for others' personal space. This tactfulness and restraint are evident in their daily lives and are an integral part of the national culture. People live in small, compact houses grouped into entire residential complexes, where shops, schools, kindergartens, and everything necessary for comfortable living can be found under one roof. This creates a sense of convenience and order, where everything is thoughtfully and harmoniously arranged. In the evenings, the city comes alive in its own way. Cozy lights of warm illumination from apartment and house windows tell of peaceful, quiet family evenings when people gather around dining tables, sharing their worries and joys. During such moments, Minsk seems to move more slowly and comfortably. Everything here is done not loudly or insistently, but genuinely, with a homely warmth and harmony, creating a sense of coziness and seclusion. However, a very important feature that is specifically characteristic of Belarusians is their deeply respectful attitude towards personal space and closeness. Therefore, when a short pause or silence occurs during a conversation or in a company, it is quite likely that the interlocutor will not insist on continuing the dialogue or adding to the story, but instead will show tact and restraint. Another important aspect is that greetings are always exchanged at the threshold of a house or room as a sign of hospitality and respect, which are vital traditions for Belarusians. When a guest steps over the threshold, they immediately receive a sign of friendliness and warm regard, and the host invites them inside with a sincere and respectful smile. If suddenly a Belarusian remains silent beside you for half an hour or even longer, do not be alarmed. This does not mean unfriendly or cold attitudes. On the contrary, it is a special form of politeness and tact, where people prefer to show respect for the personal space of their conversation partner, avoiding unnecessary words and needless haste. Such a silent dialogue is not a sign of detachment, but an expression of the inner culture and calmness inherent in these people. After nightfall, Minsk transforms into a truly special place. The city streets come alive, underground bars, cozy tea houses with a retro atmosphere, and the Grand Independence Avenue acquire a unique charm, filled with the magical glow of nighttime lights. At this time, you can ride the Ferris wheel located in Gorky Park or ascend 335 meters to the television tower. Then you'll understand why Minsk is rightly regarded as the most beautiful and harmonious capital of Eastern Europe. As for cultural life, Minsk's coffee culture holds a special place. It is not just a habit, but a deep ritual that becomes part of everyday life. If you previously thought that coffee was chosen solely to boost energy, your opinion will surely change after visiting Minsk. Here, each espresso is like a quiet and profound meditative state of the soul. People can spend 3 or even 4 hours over one cup, entirely unhurried, feeling no pressure and experiencing no fatigue. For Belarusians, coffee is not a means to accelerate, but a way to savor every moment of life, to enjoy silence and solitude. In the heart of post-war urban life is one of the most unusual and intriguing cafes, which preserves the atmosphere of ancient times. To enter, visitors must wear traditional Belarusian clothing, an embroidered skirt, a jacket with porish, apron, and a linen belt, transporting you back to the 15th century. Inside, there is a special aura. Coffee is brewed in copper sesvis, served in handmade ceramic cups, with no paper cups or plastic lids, only authentic items. Some guests come here to write a love message or recite an ancient Belarusian poem to a stranger at the next table, as if returning to an era of awakening romance and sincere feelings. And if you were invited to a cafe without mobile phones, without haste, with a dress code from past centuries, would you dare to accept such an invitation? Perhaps in an atmosphere where there is no place for fuss and technology, lies the true sense of time and inner tranquility, capable of transforming your perception of the world. Try leaving a comment below. Tourists often claim that enjoying a cup of aromatic coffee in Minsk is a full-fledged example of the most accessible course on a slow lifestyle imaginable. For many, it is in these cozy, nostalgic cafes infused with the atmosphere of the past that, during one of those quiet moments, the music of first love begins to play, or a real sense of solitude granted by time emerges. Usually for just $2, exactly $2 US. In these places, you can feel like part of something bigger than just a passerby, as if immersed in a peaceful flow of life where there is no room for rushing or fuss. Did you know that it is in these vintage cafes and small family-owned establishments, filled with reminders of bygone days, that many Belarusian couples first met and took their first steps on the path of love? At such moments, a special magic is in the air, inspiring a desire to pause, perhaps wear a traditional folk costume, take a slow, leisurely sip of coffee, and maybe open their hearts to each other or even meet their destiny. If you venture into the depths of Belarusian villages and hamlets, you might come across such extraordinary places as, for example, a village known as Number 10. This place is so called because every tree there bears its own birth certificate, an official document confirming its life journey. And then there are the deep forests of southeastern Belarus, where lies an extremely unusual village called Vetka. It is not just an ordinary ecotourism spot, but a living museum that embodies reverence for natural riches and living organisms. Here, each ancient tree receives a birth certificate as a symbol of existence and memory. This tradition traces back to the beliefs of the Old Believers, Orthodox Christians, who settled in these lands as early as the 15th century. They sincerely believe that every living being, whether human, animal, or plant, possesses a soul. They especially venerate ancient and mighty trees, which in their view silently hold the history of time, serving as witnesses to centuries of past events. This is why the villagers, living among these ancient witnesses of eras, protect them with incredible reverence and respect, perceiving each tree as a member of their family. Houses in the village are built from natural wood without a single nail, employing traditional carpentry techniques, serving as an example of eco-friendly and respectful attitude towards nature. The local people earn their living through traditional handcrafted weaving, pottery, and small-scale farming. They also preserve and pass down pagan beliefs and ancient religious symbols from generation to generation through delicate and detailed icon painting. From a young age, children are taught to greet the surrounding trees, for each tree is a living testament to their history and fate. Each family in the village has its own special tree, planted on its birthday, wedding, or in honor of a significant event in their lives. On the eve of each new year, Vetka does not hold fireworks displays or festive fireworks. Instead, children tell fairy tales to the trees and whisper words of gratitude. And if the foliage suddenly starts rustling and whispering, as if rejoicing, it means the upcoming year promises to be peaceful, calm, and prosperous. There are trees in the village that have become true legends. For example, an oak, estimated to be between 312 years old, which has witnessed 9 generations of villagers living here over the centuries. This ancient oak tree symbolizes longevity, resilience, and the endless connection between generations, reminding everyone that the roots laid centuries ago shape who we are today. Now let's turn to another special part of Belarus, the street renowned for its world-famous street art. This is October Street, located in the Minsk district, where abandoned and derelict factories once stood. But today, a vibrant artistic story has unfolded. Here, amidst old industrial buildings, the breath of creativity and life resonates. These brick and concrete structures, once serving as a mighty industrial base for the country, now become large canvases for wall paintings created by passionate Belarusian artists. It's as if they allow their feelings, thoughts, and messages to be expressed with bold brushstrokes. Some of the most impressive murals extend over 200 feet and depict portraits of anonymous, but very important, people who worked in these workshops and factories. Through these artworks, artists express gratitude to those who worked for the country's future, laid the foundations of industry, and built its strength. What makes these street artworks particularly unique? The creators of these murals prefer to remain anonymous. They do not sign their work, seek fame, or make any fuss about themselves. Their goal is not personal recognition, but conveying a cultural message, expressing civic and artistic individuality. Some of the frescoes are equipped with QR codes, which when scanned allow viewers to hear the voice of an old Belarusian poet or a story from past times. In a corner of this neighborhood, there is an extraordinary mural, a picture of a rural worker who looks ahead with quiet hope, symbolizing the strength of popular initiative and the inexhaustible energy of Belarusian culture. These street murals are not merely artworks but a living, breathing history of the people, their spirit, and memory. They testify that culture is a powerful source of unity and change, a tool through which people strive to reclaim their lost national identity and pride in their homeland. This entire urban gallery of street art now serves as a vibrant reminder that art and culture can be potent tools for change, uniting and inspiring entire generations. Pay attention to these images, and you will feel as if you are immersed in the past while also glimpsing the future. Imagine that the numbers being discussed are not just figures, but symbols of special traditions and unique stories. For example, the number 8 carries deep meaning. It is a number filled with faith in the indivisibility and continuity of the spirit, and symbolizes a belief rooted in folk customs. One of Belarus's most vivid and unusual traditions is the belief that buying salt after sunset is considered a misfortune and a disaster. This folk practice, dating back to ancient times, arose when salt was an incredibly valuable and rare commodity. In those distant times, salt was used not only for preserving food, curing meat and fish, but also held significant importance in rituals related to magic and spirituality, as well as for medical purposes, serving as a healing agent. Moreover, salt was a specific form of currency and thus possessed exceptional value. According to beliefs, sunset is a special time when the energy balance in the universe changes. Transition processes occur and spiritual forces shift. During this period, Belarusians believe that acquiring salt disrupts harmony in the home, attracts financial difficulties, misfortune, and generally undermines the family's well-being. Therefore, to preserve luck and prosperity, it is believed that salt should only be purchased in daylight when the Earth's energy is considered strongest and most favorable. Although this tradition may seem superstitious or a relic of the past to modern people, in rural Belarus, it still retains its power and significance. In some regions, especially remote villages, people strictly adhere to this rule and pass it down through generations. There are even folk tales warning of families who lost their stability and prosperity because they decided to buy salt after the sun had set behind the horizon. The importance of this rule extends beyond salt. Many Belarusians believe that purchasing essential goods, such as food or household items, should be done exclusively during the day to ensure long-term stability and prosperity for their homes. This is not merely superstition, but part of the national culture, transmitted orally for centuries, a testament to how sacred and reverent Belarusians are towards their homes and family traditions. Moving on to the next symbol, which can be represented by the number 7, this is the Belarusian tractor, the country's national pride, embodying advanced manufacturing, engineering prowess, and folk resilience. It is so frequently used on wheels, in fields, and even during celebrations that it's hard to imagine Belarus without this symbol. This heavy and durable vehicle, the MTZ Minsk Tractor Works, is regarded not just as an agricultural tool, but as a national treasure recognized worldwide. Since its inception in 1946, Belarusian engineers and workers produced over 4 million of these machines, which were exported to more than 100 countries around the globe. Among them are Cuba, Venezuela, Sudan, Egypt, and many Latin American nations. Thanks to its reliability, versatility, and high productivity, MTZ has become a recognizable brand worldwide. And imagine, in Belarus, weddings are even held on tractors. It is not uncommon to see brides in white wedding dresses, symbols of beauty and purity, heading to decorated with flowers MTZ tractors, accompanied by the melodies of Belarusian folk tunes that testify to a deep connection with the land and ancestral traditions. Such festivities usually take place in enormous grain barns, where instead of traditional elegant halls, wooden furniture made from barrels is installed, vodka is poured from 5-liter plastic bottles, and a cozy atmosphere of rustic simplicity and joy is created. All of this is not only a decoration of local customs, but also an example of folk imagination and love for their homeland. Additionally, in Belarus, a popular event called The Most Beautiful Tractor in the Village is held, where hosts transform their machines into true works of art. This lively and heartwarming competition is not just a form of entertainment, but also a profound tribute to rural labor, resilience of spirit, and national consciousness. Today, it is hard to imagine another country where such widespread and unexpected appreciation is given to pastoral heritage through weddings and beauty contests among agricultural machinery. What are your thoughts on this? Maybe you have something similar in your country? Write to us and we'll discuss it. Finally, we turn to image number 6, which reveals unnoticed yet incredible corners of Europe, preserved also in Belarus. If you previously believed that this country is closed, dull, and little known, it is time to reconsider your opinion. You should know that Belarus has truly fairy tale places that have remained a secret for most tourists for a long time. One of these is Lake Narak, a large and picturesque body of water surrounded by forests, rich in flora and fauna, as well as legends and wonders. This place is a genuine natural treasure, where each wave and each shoreline holds the secrets of ancient times. Another amazing location is Nezvij Castle, embodying the spirit of European royalty, standing against scenic landscapes. This castle has absorbed a wealth of architectural styles, stories, and legends connected with the region's past. In this union of nature and art, Belarusian gems of Europe reveal themselves to curious travelers, offering unique impressions and the opportunity to touch history and traditions of this remarkable country. Belarusians are very warm and treat internal tourism with particular reverence, as their country is literally filled with stunning and picturesque places that evoke sincere admiration and a desire to see with their own eyes. It is no wonder, since Belarusian land offers a wealth of natural beauty and unique architectural monuments capable of mesmerizing every traveler. Foremost among natural attractions is Lake Narak. It is the largest freshwater lake in the country, whose surface shines with crystal clear water, and its surrounding shores delight the eye with calm and serenity. Local residents and visitors alike enjoy coming here to relax and rejuvenate. They set up campgrounds along the shore, delight in boat rides across the calm water, go fishing, and in the air, a unique freshness can be felt, reminiscent of pristine wilderness. These opportunities make Lake Narak an ideal place for those who value ecotourism and the pursuit of silence and tranquility, allowing everyone to feel a connection with nature in its most natural form. If your interests lie in exploring wildlife and ancient forests, you should definitely visit Białowieża Forest National Park. This vast wooded area, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is renowned for its richness and historical significance. One of its most notable attractions is the residence of forest dwellers, where a very large and gentle bison lives. These mighty animals, weighing up to 2,000 pounds, approximately 900 kilograms, move leisurely through the forest, and their presence evokes a sense of traveling back in time to the era of Europe's ancient forests. Such a forest, accessible only to certain areas, is considered one of the oldest, living, and best preserved in Europe. It is protected as a national heritage site and attracts all who are passionate about nature, history, and eager to see legendary bison firsthand. This pristine forest reserve serves as a living testament to the evolution of natural landscapes and is regarded as one of the unique natural treasures not only of Belarus but of the entire European continent. For those wishing to delve deeper into the country's cultural and historical pages, a visit to Nezvij Castle is highly recommended. This outstanding architectural monument, listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a prime example of 16th century palace and park art. The majestic castle, surrounded by picturesque parks and gardens, was the residence of the noble Radziwiłł family and seems to come alive as if from ancient chronicles. Inside the castle are museums housing valuable artifacts and spaces where visitors can immerse themselves in the history. A walk through its halls becomes a living lesson in Belarusian aristocratic tradition, revealing the wealth and art of the Renaissance era. The castle's architecture impresses with its elegance of forms and richness of details. immersing visitors in an atmosphere of noble balls, intrigues, and family legends. This place, rich in history and charm, attracts those who appreciate cultural heritage and dream of touching the history and past of Belarus. For art lovers, the Belarusian capital offers a special gem, the National Opera and Ballet Theater. Here, every performance turns into a true magic show, drawing audiences from across the country and beyond. Throughout the evening, performances come to life on stage, impressing with their spectacular visuals and emotionally profound execution, while the productions evoke genuine enthusiasm and admiration. This theater is a symbol of artistic mastery, tradition, and creativity. It serves as a cultural hub where everyone can find something for themselves, whether it's an exquisite ballet or a captivating opera performance. Visiting such a theater leaves no one indifferent. Images, emotions, and newly discovered horizons stay with you for a long time, making the experience truly unforgettable. Lastly, in the very center of Minsk, opposite the square, stands the unique National Library of Belarus, characterized by its distinctive appearance and significance. This building, shaped like a massive, sparkling diamond-shaped jewel, immediately attracts the attention of every passerby. Its modern architecture symbolizes cultural wealth, innovation, and national pride. Inside, it houses one of the largest libraries in the world, filled with wisdom and knowledge stored on countless shelves. This remarkable monument is not only a repository of books, but also a cultural center where exhibitions, educational programs, conferences, and meetings with prominent figures take place. Its contemporary design and symbolic importance make it a key symbol of Belarusian culture and the country's progressive development. Regarding the people and their traditions, one cannot forget the vyshyvanka, a special symbolic garment that has long become an integral part of Belarusian cultural identity. A vyshyvanka is more than just clothing. It embodies a subtle language of symbols and ritual signs, each with its own history and meaning. In Belarus, traditional colorful embroidered shirts are handmade using linen threads, dyed with natural colors extracted from bark, roots, and birch bark, giving each piece remarkable durability and rich shades. The colors used to depict family values and heritage remain bright and vivid for at least 100 years, attesting to the impeccable quality of materials and the craftsmanship of artisans who created these unique items. Married women often wear embroidered headscarves as a sign of their marital status, indicating their position within society and family traditions. There is also a belief that loose hair and silver jewelry, such as drop-shaped earrings and necklaces, serve as amulets against evil and help attract love and good fortune. Interestingly, some young Belarusian women begin embroidering their wedding ceremonial costumes as teenagers, dedicating up to 5 years of diligent work and making wishes for a happy future during this process. These wedding dresses are sewn only once, after which they are kept as family relics, passed down from generation to generation, from mother to daughter or granddaughter, symbolizing continuity and respect for ancestors, as well as the importance of family values in their entirety. In cities like Polotsk and Brest, small folklore museums house hundreds of unique textiles dating back to the 15th and 16th centuries, handcrafted and still emanating a gentle warmth and scent of antique fabrics, making them truly living witnesses to the past eras. Today, the Belarusian tradition of embroidery shirts, vyshyvanka, is actively taught in rural schools as part of cultivating cultural awareness, laying the foundation for the preservation and popularization of this craft. Many young Belarusians proudly wear embroidered shirts and dresses during national holidays and festivals, aiming to maintain their unique identity and pay tribute to the country's rich history. For them, it is more than just clothing. An embroidered shirt is primarily a story of belonging, faith, origin, and family roots, uniting them into a shared cultural community. Lastly, one cannot remain indifferent to the fact that for Belarusians, potatoes are not just a food product. The roots and traditions of Vologda have firmly connected potatoes with national identity and collective memory. In Belarus, potatoes are not only a dietary staple, but also a significant symbol, a representation of memory and culture, deeply rooted in the country's history and a source of national pride. This vegetable, often displayed on festive tables and in everyday life, symbolizes hard work, prosperity, and long-standing traditions. The average Belarusian consumes more than 400 pounds of potatoes annually, surpassing the figures of any other country in the world, and nearly 5 times more than in the United States. This number attests to the enormous importance of this product in the daily life, traditions, and culture of the Belarusian people. The unrivaled variety of ways to prepare potatoes includes over 300 different recipes. They are served at breakfast to energize for the day, at lunch to satisfy and sustain strength, at dinner to end the day with a pleasant taste, or even as a dessert, surprising with its diversity and originality. In Minsk, there is even a monument dedicated to potatoes, which seems unusual and astonishing, if not outright remarkable. But this humble tuber is not just a symbol of culinary tradition. It is a tribute to a culture that helped Belarusians survive terrible times of famine, harsh winters, and frosts reaching as low as -4 degrees Fahrenheit. Potatoes in Belarus are so important and significant that they are nicknamed the second bread. They play an equally vital role in Belarusian life as wheat traditionally does in other countries. They are regarded as one of the main national symbols. One of the most popular and beloved dishes among Belarusians is draniki, crispy, golden-fried potato pancakes served with sour cream. These appetizing dishes are so cherished that they have even been served at royal weddings, emphasizing their exceptional significance and popularity in the culture and hearts of the people. However, the cultural attachment to potatoes in Belarus extends beyond the kitchen. An entire potato festival is held annually, featuring culinary contests, displays of traditional costumes and attire, as well as lively competitions and even the selection of Miss Potato. Among the participants are young women who embody beauty, culinary skill, and often possess deep knowledge of agronomy, all of which demonstrates respect and reverence for agricultural labor and folk traditions. Moreover, Belarusian schoolchildren start learning the secrets of growing and preparing potatoes as early as second grade. This approach fosters respect for peasant work, strengthens ties to the land and traditional rural life, and cultivates a sense of responsibility and pride in cultural heritage. Belarus is not only a land of vast plains and rich history, but also a place where the brightest and most memorable festivals are held annually, leaving unforgettable impressions on all participants and visitors. While in other parts of the world, people might gather around campfires in the woods, singing traditional songs, and months later plunge into icy waters at temperatures of -14 Fahrenheit degrees, in Belarus such acts are commonplace. Besides dense forests, ancient castles, and cultural monuments, the country is renowned for its extraordinary and vibrant celebrations that can surprise even the most seasoned travelers from distant America. The first such event is Cupola Night, the most mystical and unique summer tradition. This holiday is celebrated on the day of the summer solstice, when the sun is at its peak, gathering many villages for nighttime festivities, bonfires, dances, and fascinating legends about love, the abundance of harvest, and the magical properties of nature. During this celebration, lovers hold hands and leap over bonfire flames, believing that it will strengthen their feelings and bonds forever. Meanwhile, young women release wreaths made of flowers into the rivers, hoping that their future beloved will catch them, a folk version of modern dating apps, filling hearts with romance and hope. In winter, when nature is covered with a snowy blanket, fire gives way to ice and cold winds. During these frosty days, thousands of people, both youth and the elderly, wake up early, and even at temperatures as low as -20 Fahrenheit degrees, they plunge into icy water. This is a symbolic ritual of cleansing, hardening, and strengthening the spirit. This unusual ritual is considered not only a way to strengthen the immune system, but also an ancient method of spiritual cleansing that brings joy and a sense of freshness. It is often referred to by folk as a Belarusian natural spa, highlighting its benefits and deep respect for traditional health practices. Another vibrant event in the country's cultural life is the Street Bayan Festival, when singing and instrumental music take over Minsk entirely. On one summer day, you might unexpectedly attend a festival where more than 500 Bayan players, professional performers on the accordion, perform simultaneously. This grand event is the largest street symphony in the country, drawing people of all ages and interests. You can hear a 70-year-old jazz veteran improvising in the style of classic jazz, while an 18-year-old youth performs popular folk melodies. Together, these musicians create an atmosphere of unity and genuine joy that leaves no one indifferent. Today, Belarus stands out for its low cost of living, which is one of its greatest advantages. If you are considering Belarus as a place with truly affordable prices for housing, food, and services compared to Western countries, you can be confident it will be a very sensible choice. For example, renting a one-room apartment in the center of Minsk costs only around $300 to $45, significantly lower than similar figures in Western Europe or North America. This affordability makes Belarus attractive for those seeking reasonable financial planning and comfortable living without excessive expenses. An amount of $6,000 or more is what you would have to spend if you decided to live in one of the major cities of the United States or most European capitals. In these metropolises, the costs of rent, utilities, electricity, water, and gas often reach quite impressive sums, typically amounting to $50 to $70 per month. Meanwhile, internet coverage, costing roughly $10 to $15 per month, makes modern life much more accessible thanks to low communication expenses. That is why life in Minsk seems not only relatively inexpensive, but also quite comfortable. All essential basic services and resources are within easy reach. Dining out also does not add significant costs. A lunch at a cozy local restaurant costs about $5 to $6 or $7, which is quite affordable for most residents. And a week's supply of groceries for home cooking can be purchased for a sum close to $30 to $50. This, by the way, allows for savings while providing a full diet without having to spend large amounts. It is also important to highlight the benefits of public transportation. A ride on a bus or tram, which is one of the most popular modes of moving around the city, costs only $1, significantly reducing transportation expenses within the city and making it more accessible. Sports enthusiasts will also find good opportunities here. A subscription to a gym usually costs between $20 and $30 per month, allowing people to stay physically active, strengthen their health, and maintain their fitness without worrying about substantial expenses. Moreover, medical services, including dental care, are roughly 50% cheaper here than in the United States, making quality healthcare more accessible to a broader population. Overall, for comfortable living, an individual in Belarus needs a budget of about $600 to $700 per month. Such expenses are 70% less than in America and approximately 60% lower than in most European countries. This creates a unique opportunity to enjoy life in a calm, culturally rich, and naturally beautiful country, renowned for its scenic landscapes, friendly people, and unique history. Imagine that with a monthly expenditure of just over $6,000, one can fully enjoy life while maintaining personal comfort and saving substantial amounts. A deep understanding of this idea allows everyone to gain a sense of peace and confidence, as the cost of living here is much lower than in Western capitals, while not compromising in terms of service quality, infrastructure, or the ability to enjoy each day. Now, a little about the culture and gastronomy of the country, which welcomes visitors with its rich traditional cuisine, truly a culinary paradise. Belarusian cuisine is not just a collection of dishes or eating habits. It is a reflection of the people's deep connection to their land, a history passed down from generation to generation through culinary traditions. One of the most recognizable and popular dishes is smoked meat, which holds an important place in the daily diet of Belarusians. It is not only a tasty treat, but also a symbol of the people's connection to their native nature and history. During warm summer months, be sure to try cold beet soup, an invigorating dish based on yogurt and beets, renowned for its lightness, tanginess, and bright pink color. This soup is perfect for hot weather, providing a sense of freshness and vitality. If you want to try something unusual, be sure to go for pickled cucumbers prepared with sugar and vodka. It may sound quite unusual, and many might consider it an experiment, but this combination, served with rye bread, has an amazingly authentic flavor that is deeply rooted in Belarusian traditional cuisine. This dish is a vivid testament to the habits and preferences of a people skilled at expertly combining simple ingredients into unique delicacies. For those who favor richer, more filling meals, we recommend trying mochanka. This thick stew combines pork, potatoes, and fresh bread. Belarus has long been famous for and continues to cherish pork lard, which is considered a national delicacy and an integral part of many traditional recipes. Such a wealth of culinary traditions speaks to the depth and diversity of Belarusian cuisine, firmly rooted in the culture and history of its people. In summary, we have shared 15 impressive facts that confirm the uniqueness and richness of Belarus, a country often underestimated on the European map. This country holds many secrets behind its modest exterior, and only a journey through its landscapes allows one to immerse in its special spirit, experience the richness of its culture, and marvel at its natural wonders. We hope that our story has opened new horizons of understanding for you and helped you realize how beautiful and multifaceted Belarus is, and what a unique and accessible corner of the world it represents. Surely you might agree to try other ways of life, to experience conditions where comfort combines with reasonable expenses and rich cultural traditions. It is precisely this that makes the country lively, interesting, and attractive. We hope that today's story left a pleasant impression on you and sparked a desire to learn even more about such amazing corners of the planet.